Hey there, this is Jackie Bro.
Shoot, man, this is Dunlap.
We hope you enjoy the listen to this podcast, but we also want you to know about a couple other podcasts out there that you might like. One being Redneck Matinee.
That's a podcast where we talk about all your favorite Southern movies, your redneck movies, your country truck driving, going down, barreling down the road, getting away
movies.
from Smokey. The last movie we did was, what was it, Jackie?
And White Line Favor.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yep.
Before that, we did Convoy.
Yep. Before that, it Smokey and the Bandit.
Before that was what?
Gator.
And then White Lightning.
Yeah. That's all so far, but yeah, that's plenty to start with, I think.
That's a whole weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm surprised we remembered all those. And then also there's a podcast we're affiliated with called 100 Ways to Love a Cat.
Yeah, I think they're on hiatus
This
right
says
now,
they're on hiatus. And there's another podcast you can get if you go to our Patreon, Red State Update Patreon, if you want to give us some money. Why? I don't know. And you can listen to 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap.
If these three ain't enough for you, you need a little bit more, and you got $5 to spare, you're going to enjoy 20 extra minutes with, both of us.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody! Mueller Report!
Yeah, it's Miller time.
Mueller Report!
Yeah, but I'm drinking them.
Huh?
I'm drinking a Miller Lite, so I'm just...
But that don't have nothing to do. Oh, it sounds like, I guess. Right?
When they say it's Mueller time, I mean...
They're making a joke about Miller
It's a
time,
joke.
Right? Yeah, all right. Well, all right. If you think drinking beer is funny, I guess, yeah.
It is funny.
Oh,
Well, I mean, drinking beer's cool.
Yeah.
And then when you get drunk enough to fall down, that's when it gets funny.
Yeah.
Or if you steal a beer, that's funny.
You know what else is kind of funny? That Mueller Report.
Oh, what did something happen?
Well, I mean, things happen in it, different. There's all sorts of stories in it. If you like stories about presidents and what goes on behind the scenes and that sort of stuff, people enjoy that sort of thing. If you like that, you're really going to enjoy this Mueller Report. And there's some just funny little stories and little things that happen.
Was there one that tickled your funny bone the most, Jake?
Well, I tell you one thing is funny is that the reason, first off, the reason that he's off scot-free is because, let's get this clear, it's what the Attorney General said. Bill Barr said he was frustrated and angry. So knowing that, you should know that before you go in. That's the reason he got on TV before he put it out and told everybody, listen, before you read this, you have to understand he was frustrated and angry. So it kind of, some of that behavior, I guess it makes sense now. But the funniest thing to me is that he would tell people to do things, and everyone knew better than the president. They knew well enough to not do what he told them to do.
And listen, these are people who are so dumb to begin with that they're working with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But they're still smart enough to know not to do what the president says.
It just proves everybody's a little bit smarter than the president. That's just proof of that. That's one thing, yeah.
I guess we're all kind of in the same boat. The rest of America, the rest of the world, the people who are working with Trump, where they thought, well, this can't be that bad. We can get through this. Even the people who signed up right from the beginning, because there's none of them left, are there, except Stephen Miller? Who else is left? Kellyanne Conway?
She's still there, yeah. She's still there.
Most of those people are gone. At some point, a lot of them quit several times, apparently. This is fun to do when you work for Donald Trump. You say, I just can't anymore. And you pack up everything. And then but you hang out. You continue to work for. Like, how many times did Jeff Sessions quit, do you think? Finally.
He quit and he fired and he quit and he fired. And finally, gone.
Listen, this is not, everything else aside, the crimes, the racism, the destruction of America, the uncertainty the rest of the world feels when they remember who our president is. This is not a healthy work environment.
No, sir. No. Not
Like,
at all.
even if things were going great, like, this is not a place you want to work, let alone like, there's lots of reasons. Like, I don't want to put kids in cages. I don't want to throw up, concentration camps under bridges. Like, those are good reasons at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then later on, it's going to be like, it's just, people are always crying. People are yelling. Like, soldiers are crying and saying, I can't believe I wound up here.
Yep. That's where it is.
And knowing all that all these people are having to say, I'm not going to fire him, just wanting to get off the phone with him. Like, no, I just had to get off the phone. So I said, well, maybe we'll see.
Yep.
And then he'd call him back. Did you deliver the message? And then we're getting to it. But like, how did you?
You just wait. You hold out, wait long enough, and he'd forget it. A lot of the times that happened. Like Jeff Sessions told people to fire him or get rid of him that 20 times, and he'd forget. And then Jeff Sessions, oh yeah, that SOB recused himself. He'd just start all over again.
Can you unrecuse yourself? He asked him.
He wanted to know. That's one thing you want to know.
Hey, you need to unrecuse yourself. You're going to do that, right? Like, why? How would that work? Exactly.
I'm sure that would just seem on the up and up if that happened. I'm sure people would have responded to that just as well as they're responding to this Mueller report.
This really isn't funny. I don't know why. Today, a lot of it just struck me as funny.
What else can you do but laugh? I don't know what else you can do. Well, you remember like McMahon, he told McMahon, he said, why are you taking notes all the time? I've never had a lawyer that took notes before. And when McMahon said, I'm a real lawyer, sir.
Yeah. Because, I guess, criminal lawyers for crooks don't write things down.
No, he said Roy Cohn never wrote anything down. Yeah. So
I'm sure he wrote down like lists of people he wanted to screw over, but didn't put down any kind of incriminating evidence.
Trump doesn't understand anybody writing anything down, because remember when he said, I have one of the greatest memories of any memory of all time, except when it comes to Mueller asking him any question in written form. I can't really recall. Every one of them. I'm pretty sure it started with, I don't recollect, or I'm not sure. Yeah. But other than that.
Here's another reason I question Bill Barr, Bob Barr? Bill Barr. Bob Mueller, Bill Barr.
Yeah, Bob Mueller, Bob and Bill.
His judgment is, why would you voluntarily come to work for the White House after 2 years of seeing what it did to everybody else? I mean, not even just some people come to work in the White House now and are like, I guess, or like they haven't, like Huckabee Sanders still there.
What else is she going to do?
What else is she going to do?
Ain't nobody going to give her a job.
I think that's why a lot of people are still there.
Yeah.
Because they're fucked.
Yeah. Well, don't say it that way, but yeah.
But he begged to come into this White House. He saw an opportunity.
He wrote a whole article. He was like, nobody asked him to. He wasn't working for no magazine. Didn't nobody care about Bill Barr's opinion on anything. And except he knew one person that was president, and he wrote that up good. You can't indict the president, can't go to jail, no matter. Listen, presidents get frustrated and angry. And when they're frustrated and angry, they're not acting in their right mind, or whatever you want to say. Basically, they can do anything when they're frustrated and angry. It don't matter, and it's legal. I suppose that's what it said.
This doesn't even make sense that he put that out. Like, he come out and he says, okay, that there's a thing happening today. I just want to prep you for this. Like, Steven Spielberg come out before Jaws. It's like, this shark is really upset. It's really angry. It's frustrated because people keep shooting at it and trying to blow it up in its mouth. And they try to hook it with a giant hook or whatever they do.
All sorts of things, yeah. They try
all sorts of things. But they leave out the part about the shark eating people. Like, it's a giant shark that eats people. That's why everybody's
ate a woman, ate a little boy, ate a few men, yeah.
But it's important to frame it in a certain way. But then we'd be watching Jaws like, oh, no. Look out, Jaws. I've never seen the other Jawses. Does it wind up at some point where you're pulling for the Jaws?
I don't know.
I hope that doesn't happen to the Trump. Like, I hope we don't wind up like, get them, Trump. And that's what a lot of people are doing today. Like, you got them. You can do this, Trump. Don't let them frustrate you.
Well, let them frustrate you evidently, because then you can just say whatever the hell you want and nothing matters anymore. I mean, if you must frustrate and angry, it don't matter what you do.
I don't want to be a buzzkill because I'm really enjoying this so far, but I do think it all worked for him because they pushed it. He come out and said, no, this is fine.
That's what they're going to say on Fox News. Huckabee right now, she's sitting on Hannity saying, you know, I didn't lie. I said I got my tongue tied. That's what I said it right there. I didn't really lie. So they all night tonight, watch Fox. The people who do, they're still going to believe what they believe. And pretty much everybody watch CNN, MSNBC, whatever the hell other news. So, you know, a few legitimate news sources. I ain't saying names, but, you know, CBS, whatever. You're going to hear exactly what we've heard for the past 2 years. They're just proving everything, all those stories in the news. Mueller wrote them down as happened, talks to the people who were involved. They all said that it happened. They were under oath. So all that stuff they said fake news for the past 2 years, evidently all of it's true, except for the part where he obstructed justice. All the other stuff is true, except the part where he colluded with Russia. That's not true, but all the stuff about them talking with Russia back and forth and sharing, you know, a Manafort giving, you know, letting the Russians know which states, you know, the middle ground states he has a chance in, so they know they can really hit the computer hard there for those people. That other than that, no collusion.
Except for all the collusion. It's basically a list of collusion.
And obstruction. They say
it's in 2 parts.
Neither of which, there's part 1, part 2, off scot-free of both. And they, nothing but, and pages and pages and pages of it. That's
part
all
1 is called, I forget which is first, but one of them is called, Here's All the Collusion.
Here's all the collusion.
And then part 2 is, if you still have time, read all this obstruction.
Yep.
And then at the end, it says, but also, we can't throw the book at a president. We can't exonerate him. He had to know. We're all like, well, what did Mueller think was going to happen? I think he knew. He's not like a genius like we want him to be, but I'm pretty sure he knew it was going to play out like this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not an idiot. He's not somebody who thinks Congress is really going to nail it.
Yeah, he knows.
He lives in the real world.
Yeah.
So when he says, here's a bunch of stuff for Congress to sort through.
Basically, the law ties my hands on this. I can't do anything about it, but here, maybe y'all will.
But he had to know that it was going to be
Well,
fucked
of course
up.
he did. Well, watch your mouth.
I mean, when Bob Barr, we're like, did he think Bob Barr? I mean, he knows Bob Barr better than I do. All I know is that he looks like John Goodman playing Paul Sorvino, or vice versa.
A lot of people on in newspaper on computer and stuff is that new is Bill Barr, and it's Bob Mueller. Bill Barr.
Bill Barr. Buddy Barr.
Bill Barr.
Ben Barr.
Yeah.
Benny Barr.
You hear it over and over again. I don't know what the hell got into him. He lost all credibility, all this. So at some time, at a point or another, people had respect for him, I think. And some people people that knew him seem surprised by his actions now that he's pretty much, you know.
I wonder about that, because you hear that about a lot of people who work with Trump. You're like, I just can't believe that.
Well, the woman he fired, the Homeland Security
people
woman.
Had respect. But did they, compared to, yes, I think there is a low bar if you go to work for Trump. You're like, I can't believe they're doing that. But you could say that about anybody.
Well, yeah.
I can't believe they're going to work for Trump. Like, who would you not say that about? If you had the least...
tiniest bit of respect for
them. So I don't know when you say that. Well, Billy Barr, what's his name? Benny? Billy Barr. Can't believe he's working for Trump. He's a real piece of shit.
Well, yeah.
But I can't believe he's working for Trump. Yep. See, I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know who he is.
If you do have any respect left to you, if like what Kelly did and Barr did, or what's her name, Krisden or whatever, got a J in it, you ain't got it by after you've been near the president for about how long? It don't take too long, and then it's over with. It's gone. If you had a smidgen of anything, don't nobody think anything of those people I just mentioned now. And most of them, you end up getting hated by both sides, I think, for the most part. Not Bill Barr yet, but watch it. If Bill Barr gets pushed up against something, he's going to have to do something like, well, evidently he didn't.
Oh, he's going to get fired.
Well, yeah, he'll get fired. If he actually gets up against the wall, gets pinned up against something, and it has to be the law before what the president says, or he's in trouble, he'll follow the law, and then Trump will fire him.
He's going to get fired no matter what.
Well, yeah,
the writing's on the wall for him.
I think so, yeah.
What's his name, Bill Barr?
William Barr. Well, Bill Barr.
He looks like the caterpillar from A Bug's Life turning into 1978 Garfield.
Huh?
With the jowls.
Jowls.
He looks like he's 20 seconds into a sigh. Like a really long, like a really sad sigh. One of those like, oh, I can't believe my life turned out like, ooh, like I'm never going to look less ashen than this. That's one of those sighs where you're realizing that the best your life was ever going to get was when you stole that bottle of wine out of Publix and got a Frisco burger from Hardee's and sat in the parking lot and watched that sweeping truck go round and round. Like that was the pinnacle of it all.
All downhill from there.
I'm probably going to go to jail. It's one of those sighs. That's what it looks like.
Well, how can he go to jail? He's in charge of jail. He's the highest law in the land. That's him right there.
Maybe he'll have to jail himself.
He would before he would jail himself before he'd have to
Trump
jail
wanted
the president. That's
Sessions to under-accuse himself. That seems about like putting yourself in jail.
Yeah.
But if you're in charge of jail, could you put yourself in jail and it just be your house and your house be Six Flags?
That's what you say, yeah. Now, this is now jail. Here's where I go.
So he gave us a summary of the Mueller report.
4 pages, yeah.
That was not even really true.
None of it was. It wasn't true what he said this morning. He said he's exonerated. It just specifically says in the damn thing we are not going to exonerate him. But being that,
So give a book report on a book, and the teacher says, that sounds interesting. I'm going to read that book. And then, well, let me give you another pre-book report before you tear into it. Just sort of frame it in a way. Rosenstein behind him didn't seem.
Yeah, he wants to go home. This is the last thing I have to do is stand up behind him while he lies. Just let me. I'll do it. Bring it on. Let me do it. I've done it beside the president I don't know how many times. Now it's time to do it behind Bill Barr. I prefer doing it behind Bill Barr. So let me go home.
You think Trump is really happy, like in his tweets? No collusion, no collusion.
He's going to watch Fox and he'll be happy. Then he'll switch it on Don Lemon and he'll get mad. That's all. No pieces on the chessboard is moved. Everybody feels the same way they felt about him that they did yesterday, except now we got a bunch of proof that, but it doesn't make any difference. He was frustrated and angry, so none of it matters.
He was so angry, he said, this is the end of my presidency. I'm fucked.
Well, normally I'd say watch your language, but that's what the president said right there. He said it right there. It's in print, yeah. Well, there's 14 other damn investigations going on. I mean, Mueller, that could be half of his plan. Like, hell, I'm going to go easy on him because when that shit, excuse my language, comes down the pike, then you in trouble.
Well, they redacted a lot of the Roger Stone stuff, supposedly was part of what was redacted in this report. Because that's going to go into more of the WikiLeaks stuff, right? And the damn...
all that mess, yeah. But there's some investigations we don't even know about. We know New York's doing it. When he come across something, well, hell, they need to look into this. I can't do it, so here's who needs to look into it. There you go. We might want to look at this.
I know it's funny hearing like people yell at Reince Priebus in the damn report and the details. But like, isn't it? I don't want to rain on a parade.
Yeah.
But like all this list of stuff that's just them going back and forth with Russia, it's just really depressing. It's just depressing that we're cool with it. Like half the country don't give a shit.
I tell you what's depressing is that it was fine is basically what they're saying. It's okay that they did that. Nothing wrong with that. And here we are coming up on another election, so they're going to do it all over again. Why wouldn't you?
So if you put it out, if the people who like Trump even hear any of this, if it makes it through the Fox News conservative bullshit Facebook website bubble, and they actually hear any of this stuff and they choose to believe it, they're just going to be like, well, sure, okay, good. Abortion, we're getting that, though, right? We're going to kill abortion.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So if they know about it and they're okay with it, then they're not going to say don't do it.
Of course they ain't. They won.
So the Russians helped get Trump president, and he helped me do everything I like, which is make liberals mad, and they're going to put Hillary Clinton in jail. I have cancer, and I can't get help. But they're also, he yelled at that little girl from New York today. That was funny. So this is all great. So, yeah, let's do it with the Russians again.
Well,
Russia, 51st state, or maybe we can be part of whatever they are now.
Even if you were a Trump supporter that was at one time a little conflicted with that, like, well, I maybe I shouldn't have done a thing with Russia. Now that this come out, Bill Barr told you that it's okay. So now even if you had problems with it, you're thinking, well, if Bill Barr, I didn't think that would be legal, but I guess it is, and everything's all right then. So now you've been swayed, even if you were questioning it earlier.
Do you mean Barry Barr?
Who?
So all these people are in favor of us working with Russia as long as it makes Trump be the president. That's the world we live in now.
Yep.
I don't know how to reconcile that with anything America used to stand for.
No, that's all gone. None of that matters anymore. Now, what did we stand for? I can't even remember. I've been under this for the two damn years of this. I don't remember.
So, and nobody gives a shit. I mean, it's not even just Trump people. Bernie people, a lot of Bernie people don't give a shit about Russia either. Like, we should be unionizing.
Russians benefited the Bernie people as much as it did Trump.
Hey,
well, not
don't
as much.
Blow up our Twitter.
Well, I mean, that's what it's true. It says it right there in the report. Get Hillary, help out Bernie, help Trump. That's what they was doing. Russia, whether you want them to or not, Russia was.
I cannot wait to vote for Bernie Sanders.
I'll vote for him if he gets a nomination. I ain't gonna run him down and sit there and say, of course, if he's running against any of them, I don't care. And there's some I ain't crazy about, but I ain't gonna get into that on here right now. But any of them, I'm gonna vote for him. Whoever gets it, Bernie, any of them.
Did you watch Bernie Sanders on Fox News?
No, I didn't. I don't even watch Fox News already, and you add Bernie Sanders to it. That just makes it worse on my end.
I think they all like him now.
Well,
it made Trump jealous.
Good for him going on there. If it made Trump jealous, good. I'm glad it worked out for him. Fox and Bernie both.
I think maybe you think Bernie's the one that's going to win.
He might. I don't know. I'm telling you, Buttigieg.
Now everybody knows it. It was a joke like a week ago. Nobody knew how to say his name, and now everybody knows. That's how far he blew up real fast.
That's real fast. There's no nothing. I have to say, I did hear some of his speech, and it was nice to hear someone that makes sense when they talk. Running for something. I mean, it just what he said just sounded like he served the country, he's in the military, seems to be a man of faith. Even though they're going to chase him around in devil outfits or whatever now because he's gay or whatever, they're going to try to wear that out, which I think personally that's going to help him. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's so damn early. I don't know.
Listen, I don't give a shit. Even the fucking Starbucks man.
Watch your mouth.
Starbucks man, if you can beat Donald Trump, let's talk. I mean, I don't want to talk to you for too long.
No.
You're really kind of reprehensible. But listen, I'm not ruling anything out yet.
We got a long ways to go here. And and I'm telling you, every minute of it is going to be more of the president doing things that we can't stand. I guarantee you. So he's just I'll be real happy to pull that lever for whoever gets it by the time we get there. So, they have all these damn investigations because the Democrats, that's what they're saying, which I guess is the best to answer because they've been put on the spot. So you going to impeach him now, right? Look at all it says. So you're going to do it. And a few of them say, yeah, but a lot of them said, no, we ain't going to do that. We're going to wait and let the American people decide. So you're going to shuck your job. Your job is to uphold the law. So you're going to say to hell with that and let the American people handle things. Well, if that's the case, then we don't need judges or anything like that anymore. Just let people settle it themselves, I suppose.
Duel. Are you talking about dueling?
Whatever it is. I guess that's what it is. But they're sitting there. They don't know what to say. The best thing they can say is, well, we're just going to investigate it. We're going to keep looking into it. And I understand that the best thing is they're scared. They don't know what they're supposed to do. If you really appreciated your job, which and did what you were elected to do, you had no choice but to uphold law, because those days are long, long over. The president sure didn't adhere to any of that, so why should they, I guess? Nobody's doing anything.
Well, now, some of them say, I'm just going to tell you what some of their excuses are.
Yeah.
People saying, oh, I don't know. Is like it's going to hurt. It's going to get Trump reelected because there'll be a backlash. I don't see everybody turn into fucking
You don't want to help
election
Russia,
geniuses all of a sudden.
help Russia any more than they already got. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Watch
So
them out, too.
get Trump reelected. It's going to hurt some of the Democrats in their reelection. I'm like, really? It might not help you to see people standing up to corruption and foreign interference. Said maybe, can get them at the polls. Get them at the polls. The candidates should concentrate on health care and all that bullshit. But I think you can just impeach Trump, can't you? I mean, it won't mean anything because Mitch McConnell
In the
he's
Senate, when it
sitting
gets
over
there, but
there.
at least you could be comfortable sleeping at night that you did your damn job. Let them all go on record that they said this was fine, that all this stuff was fine. They're saying it. Let them put the name by it. Let them vote on it. Do it. I say, what the hell, do it. It ain't gonna bother me none. I mean, hell, even if it ain't none of what's in this how many damn sections, parts, 400 pages, if it ain't in there. Last week, he told people on the border he was going to pardon them if they broke a law for him. Look into that, too, while you're at it. You got 2 years of stuff, guess what? Give it next week, you're going to have,
Look, it's all the case against Donald Trump is the same as the case for Donald Trump, which is that he is so stupid and inept and corrupt, but nobody that works for him trusts him enough to listen to him, so he can never seal the deal on any of the crimes he's trying to commit. So he's slippery because he's so fucking dumb.
Watch your mouth.
And inept. Like, that's the case. That's the say. Well, they can't get him. If there was anything to it, he'd be in jail. Why ain't he in jail? Because he's so stupid, he couldn't make any of the crimes work.
I think they literally insinuated that in the Mueller report about his junior.
Yeah, no.
They literally said that, I mean, not so in those words, but they say he was so stupid, there was no point in.
Look, he got on TV, he said, find them Hillary's emails. And then in private, he told Flynn to go get Hillary's emails.
But it's
Flynn, right?
It's a joke when you do it on TV. When you do it with a Flynn, does he think that's funny? Is that a joke in too?
It's the same thing because people will go, no matter which one it was, they'll go, oh, he didn't mean that. We've seen all this happen. Everything that was in the report is all the stuff we knew except for a few extra things.
It's a few new things.
A few new things. Yeah. So he gets away with everything because he could say whatever he wants because people will go, oh, that's just him. When he says,
you know how he is.
You know how he is. People, he is such a well-known liar who says things just for a reaction, and the people love it that he gets away with all this stuff. That's how he got away with the damn Billy Bush tape. Bob Bush. Buddy Bush. He gets away with everything, and I guess people are fine with it. Nobody trusts him or gives him any respect, but they like the things he says that are fun. But that's actually not true, because there are a lot of people who like Trump and do think he's a good businessman and do think he has good plans and do think that he respects Jesus and do thinks that he has their best interests at heart, and they just never see anything except like really awful Facebook propaganda stories that like sub Fox News things, just like Trump visited the VA hospital today and cleaned out the bedpans or whatever, and in the top of the masthead it's like satire. But they believe they just believe it. They believe a version of Trump that has never existed. There's plenty of people who believe that. They believe he's a Christian, who believe that he Like, we shouldn't even talk about that because that's too sad and infuriating. But then there's a bunch of people, I'd say more people, who just like him saying whatever.
Yeah,
and
they know he's a crook, but he's going to get rid of abortion. He's going to get Muslims out. He's going to, take care of the border. I let him lie. Let Russia help him every bit they want to, because if he's going to get it done, let him do it. But let me tell you something. He ain't getting it done, as far as I can tell.
No, he can't seal the deal on nothing. Well, no, I mean, he's doing a lot of bad stuff to brown people.
Well, that's true.
He's getting that done. That's getting done.
That done, yeah.
Stephen Miller is still in there lurking.
He's got to be the worst one. If he probably worse than Trump.
I guess Stephen Miller maybe was smart enough to say, I just have to wait out all the semi-competent people with a tiny shard of a soul left, because they can't hang in here like me.
Yep.
I feed off darkness and pain.
He right where he needs to be, yeah.
I'm just going to wait in the shadows, and then after all these other people leave thinking they can have a career in the private sector, I'm going to leap out, and there won't be nobody left to stop me. And I think that's where we're at. So when you talk about, maybe we shouldn't impeach him, like, drag all this stuff out. We need all these hearings. We need it all. If impeaching drags all this out and gets more people to hear these stories, like, why is it automatically going to be a backlash? Like, we know that some of these people are never going to change, but there's still people in the middle. I know that's hard to believe too, but there's some people who need to hear this over and over and over again.
Well, that's what you got Barr for. Like, I ain't gonna read 400 pages. Give me a brief summary of it, and then he lies to them. So I mean, they won on that front for some of these people in the middle. They did.
That's the argument for hammering Trump, because Barr, their whole strategy was just get out there and say it's fine. Nobody's going to examine it. It's going to be on a headline. They're going to see it on USA Today, walking to work or in the airport on their way to some shitty ass travel trip. And they're going to say, I guess he's innocent. And then, like, when it finally comes out, they'll be like, I thought he was innocent. This just be more Democratic bullshit. All you got to do is get it out there a few times. So the more times you slip it into a headline or slip it into the TV at the back of the bar, it's good, because people don't pay attention to shit. I barely know what happened today, and I was laughing at a lot of it.
It's pretty funny.
So, yeah, impeach him. It ain't going to do no good, but we should do it, right?
Go through they did it with Clinton.
Job.
Didn't they do it with Clinton? It didn't do no good, but they did it, didn't they? Let them do it.
It's their job. They got to do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, like, Russia. Just he was building a hotel in Russia. They changed the platform for Russia. They were talking to people from Russia all the time. They were sharing campaign information with Russia. They were meeting with Russia. They lied and said that he took out the line about the fucking.
Watch your mouth.
Said it was just about adoptions.
Yep.
Trump rewrote, but we knew that, right?
Everybody knew that. Everybody knew it. Didn't give a damn.
Knew it. How do you
Mueller writing it down? How's that change it? I mean, I guess it's just backing the story up or so whatever. But we already knew it anyway.
Basically, just remembered everything that happened.
Yeah.
Was this even an investigation, or was he just like
watching? He could be watching CNN for all I know.
Every day he was like, "Oh, I gotta get this down." Like, what do you do? Like, it wrapped up when it wrapped up because he couldn't take it anymore. They weren't done. He was just like, you know what? I cannot watch Chris Cuomo one more time.
Well, that's what they said pretty much. Why didn't they question the president? Why didn't they sit him down? Because then, first off, if you sit down the president, no matter who you are or whatever, if you sit him down, that's going to be called a perjury trap, first and foremost. Don't matter what, if it's the smallest thing, biggest thing in the world, if you get him on a stand, that's going to be a perjury trap. They're going to call it that.
Because he's a well-known liar?
Yeah, he's going to lie no matter what.
So people will say you are trying to entrap this man because he cannot help but lie.
That's what this Giuliani said over and over again on TV past damn 2 days. Anyhow, so Mueller looks at that and is saying, if I try to subpoena him, that's like 2 to 3 more damn years of this. The hell with that.
It wouldn't have even come out before the election. It would have come out right at the end of the election.
Yeah. I mean, he knows everything. He got it from everybody else. What good would it done if the president perjured himself? He still can't indict him for it. So, I mean, I guess in the long run, he was like, what the hell? Why the hell have I got to sit in a room with him?
He would have made somebody else do it, probably.
I'm sure, yeah.
Karen, Lester, get in there. What if Steny Hoyer? Is that a real person?
What?
Steny Hoyer.
Hoyer.
Does he run that store off a square? Steny's?
I think it's Steny's, yeah.
Well, who's the one that said they weren't going to impeach nobody? I can't be. Steny Hoyer doesn't sound like a real.
One of them said it is a waste of time. Well, you know, some people said it beforehand because they didn't want to worry
Right.
people. Pelosi said, I ain't got full of that, and I understand that. But now that it's out here, I think that's a little bit different.
I know that people don't trust Pelosi. I still think everything she does is some sort of political gamesmanship. Maybe you don't want to do that at this point in time, but I think she's got a plan when she says things.
I think so, too, yeah.
When Stemy, what could his name possibly be? Because that can't be right.
He said it's a waste of time.
They said there's an election in 18 months.
We
There
don't need
is,
to, yeah.
but Russia's basically going to come in and take over all our social media accounts.
They're going to do the same thing again. You just said it was okay that they did it. As long as you didn't, as long as it wasn't a conspiracy, it's fine. Manafort could be in prison, and they let him send stuff over there to him again. Nobody. What are you going? It don't make a damn bit of sense.
I mean, can the other Republicans who clearly are fine with this, can they just start hiring like Russian hackers to?
There's rumors already, and I don't want to go down like a conspiracy hole or Rachel Maddow or whatever, but, you know, there's already, you know, they say that there's one of the Russian oligarchs. Now, this is true. I'm pretty sure one of them oligarchs, one of them who they took the sanctions off of, turns out he's going to build a big factory in Kentucky for, you know, McConnell or something like that. He's
what kind of factory?
I can't remember what it was. He's building something.
Just one that belches fumes into the air and burns.
I'm sure it does all that, but
burns incriminating evidence.
But bringing a bunch of money into Kentucky because, you know, they took the sanctions away, and some people are going to say, well, that's just how the world works. Well, yeah, it is, but it shouldn't work that way with the known enemy. I just don't see the point.
Let's remember also that the Russians we're talking about are not like democracy, like freedom fighters. They're not like out there trying to unionize. I mean, these aren't people who are fighting a good fight. They're not standing up for liberty and freedom.
No.
They're crooks. They're gangsters. They're oil money gangsters. They're terrible people who are trying to...
They kill people. Putin and murders people regularly. Yeah.
And they're trying to clamp down on dissent and democracy. They're trying to choke democracy out. They want to run the world, and you know, with a tiny band of other like fascists and.
Well, you got to come to terms with that, Trump supporters, because I'm going to say it right now. A lot of Trump supporters don't give a damn about democracy either. As long as he's in charge doing what they want to do, they're okay with having a dictator. They're okay with America going down that road. They don't have a problem with it, because if you did have a problem with it, you'd be raising a whole of hell over what the hell he's done for over the past 2 years. Not about his policies, just what he's done, being a crooked, awful, a terrible person.
Well, the new rule is that if you got a crook in there, it don't matter if he's your crook. So I guess
if he's yours,
Plus, they paint everybody else that opposes.
You know, they're
Trump
still saying
as a crook.
Lou Dobbs still saying everybody that worked on that Mueller report, everybody, the woman that typed it up, or whoever did it, they belong in orange jumpsuits. Like that's what they're gonna do. And I tell you what, Hillary Clinton, you may want to think about taking a long vacation somewhere, because with Billy Barr in there, you may be, you know, we'll see what happens. Good luck to you.
He keeps telling everybody to think about looking into investigating Hillary
Why
Clinton.
wouldn't he do it at this point? You wait and see. Like I said, if Barr's going to cover for him this much, why the hell wouldn't he go that extra step? Look out.
I mean, everybody's a crook except the big crook, which is, I mean, that's just classic gaslighting, propaganda. I mean, that's just, things are not good. Things are not good.
No.
I went from laughing at all this, now I'm depressed again, Jackie. I don't know what happened. I thought we had a good run here, but now.
I tell you what, let's just turn this off, take a breather, and we'll start reading it again. I guarantee you, put that smile right back on your face. Hey there, everybody. Still old Jackie Bros on here.
And Dunlap, too. Right here, right beside you.
Yeah.
Your loyal sidekick of so many years.
I guess so, yeah.
Jackie and Dunlap, they'd say.
Yeah, both of us, yeah.
Dunlap's a sidekick, I guess, some of them say.
I say that sounds about right.
I used to argue it. I don't know, maybe it's easier being a sidekick. You don't have to make any of the tough calls.
Ed McMahon just pretty much sat there and drank, and I'm looking at you. I don't see the difference. You about the same size, and you sitting there drinking in front of me.
Did he ride a horse at some point?
Ed McMahon?
A Clydesdale horse?
I'm sure they did all sorts of stuff to make fun of him or whatever. You know, he was the butt of the jokes, everything. I'm sure they put him on a horse at one time or another. He's on that damn show for
Did he sell beer? I think I remembered a beer commercial.
He sold a lot of things. That's how he made money on the side. Yeah, he did all sorts of things, yeah. You can't even do that. I'd say he got one up on you on that.
What are you talking about? This is a sponsor segment.
We're
here to literally sell things.
Well, it's $25. That ain't going to go in.
People give us, local sponsors give us $25 to sell their products.
This is just for people in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we got a lot of good sponsors, always do, always had, and hopefully when you get a chance, if you ain't ever been this way, you come on, get your pen and paper, write down these sponsors because you want to check out all of this when you get here and visit us in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, smack dab in the center, right there in the middle of old Tennessee. Come on and join us. And I tell you, when you get here, if you happen to be getting here now, you're going to get here around Easter time. That's what's coming up. Easter will be here in a minute. And you know, my favorite thing about Easter, other than Jesus coming back to life, is, you know what it is, don't you, Dunlap? Only comes out around Easter time. What is it? Love to put it in your mouth. What is it?
Twix egg.
Twix egg. That's the best. And we can't figure out for the life of us why you can't have Twix egg. I know you make it special. Sure. It's extra special around Easter time, and I understand Easter's already special on its own. Don't need the Twix egg. Jesus come back to life. But put that Twix egg in your mouth. You want to put it, always have it in your mouth because it's so damn good. And regular Twix, let's just be honest, it ain't the same thing. It just ain't the same thing.
We ain't sponsored by Twix.
No, well, good Lord, I wish we were.
They actually have told us not to mention their product on the air.
Well, but I like the Twix egg. I'm talking about that.
They didn't send us a letter or anything, but when the candy man come to Jackie's store here, that he
said something about it. He said, I'm telling you, don't mention it again. But I admit he didn't give me a good enough reason. I said, well, I eat it. I love it. I love Twix egg. It's my favorite thing in the world.
He seems scared, though, so I don't know if we...
It's a hushed tone, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah. But I'm going to say I love it. I ain't going to lie on here. I love a Twix egg. But the thing is, you only get it at Easter time. It's the only time you get it. And I know how frustrating that is for me, and I know how frustrating it's got to be for all you Twix egg lovers out there, just like Dunlap and myself. And let me tell you, my sponsor here is going to save all this trouble. Before you get into it, hear me out. Happy to have him as sponsor. Can't get no Twix egg year-round, but you know what you can get year-round? Blix egg. That's my sponsor on here. Blix egg. Blix egg. Not Twix egg, Blix egg.
What is that?
It's kind of a... Listen, this is my sponsor. I don't want to say anything bad about it, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Blix egg kind of looks like a Twix egg. It's not a perfect oval like a Twix egg is, but it's close. It's close.
Doesn't that throw off the mouthfeel?
Well, a little bit. Mouthfeel's a little off, I will say, just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but noticeable. It's definitely noticeable. And, chocolate's always good. You got some chocolate on there. You got some, it's got the Twix stuff, but it's not the actual Twix stuff, so it don't taste quite like it, but it's all right. It's okay.
Why would I eat this? If it's not, the mouth feels off, it ain't even a perfect oval, and it tastes like shit. Why would I eat it?
Listen, you eat it because you can all year round.
Oh.
I want that Twix egg so bad you don't know how mad I get, how much that hurts me. Hurts me to my soul.
We told Twix you should sell Twix egg all year round because it's better than
September.
Regular Twix.
I get, fall comes around, I want a Twix. It hurts. And I tell you what, this is kind of like what the people, when they take a heron, and they go the drug, you take a heron, and then you go get the methadol, or what is it, so it's a less of, it does a trick, it gets you by, is what I'm trying to say.
It's just a little something when you're jonesing.
Yeah.
And it's called Blick's Egg?
Blick's Egg, yeah.
And it tastes terrible.
No.
And it looks awful.
I didn't say it tastes terrible. I said it ain't a true oval. Looks a little off. Feels a little off in your mouth. The mouth feels slightly different because of the awkward oval, not imperfect shape.
Listen.
And it's good. It's good. It ain't a Twix egg. And I don't think they're trying to be a
Where
Twix egg.
do they sell this? I ain't seen it nowhere.
Well, you're going to see it everywhere here pretty soon. You look at any market every which it's aware.
Sounds like something from the damn Dollar General discount.
Well, also, they sell them at the back of the car. Now, they got the trunk is refrigerated, so it ain't all melty or anything like that.
How'd they refrigerate their trunk? Because that'd be good for me when I load up on ice cream.
Yeah, or beer, anything else, I'm about to say. But, they got you. That's something else.
Something has shifted. I'm going to be honest, because used to I did think primarily about getting fucked up.
Hey.
With the beer, drink some booze, whiskey, get some that good dope, smoke that dope up, get some pills, just a handful of pills from somebody, and then I'd eat a bunch when I was high and fucked up.
Hey, just watch your mouth.
I'm going to be honest. Lately, I start thinking about the food first, like before I even get to you know what? I'm going to get a bunch of beer and then lay up some frozen pizzas and some damn chips and dip, and I'm just going to get a bunch of damn saltine crackers and dip it in a big jug of store-bought Kroger ranch dip, just all them saltines to be fucked up and drunk.
All right.
And now I go straight to the saltines and dip. You like ranch dip or onion dip better?
I like onion dip better than ranch.
Yeah, it's better.
I like ranch on salad. I like onion on my potato chip.
But they got like a ranch-flavored dip, a Hidden Valley.
No, I don't like it. No, I like that on my salad.
But it's different.
It's the same taste.
It ain't the same taste. It's different.
It more or less is the same thing.
It's similar.
It's similar. It's like a Blick's egg. If I'm going to have ranch, I don't want ranch dip. I want to have real ranch. But I guess if you couldn't get ranch dressing nowhere, you'd use some of that dip,
I guess that if you start thinking about refrigerating your trunk and you think about ice cream for beer, I guess the seasons have changed.
Well, you got to keep
leaves on your tree have red and
Blick's eggs year round. It don't make any difference what time of year it is. The refrigerator's always cold in the trunk.
You're thinking about the end of your life.
Why?
I meant the autumn of your days. What are we talking about? Who sells a Blick's egg out of their trunk?
That's, Vinnie Prime.
Vinnie Prime?
Vinnie Prime. You see him driving around. That's what he got those in the back. I mean, he's just now getting into the candy business. But he used to breed dogs with the little
ones that you had to keep cold.
Little collies. No, they keep cold. He put that he kept them in a trailer thing. He didn't put them in the damn freezer trunk.
What did he use that freezer trunk for before Blick's egg?
I think he built it just for that. As far as I know. Why don't you go ask him?
What'd he do to the dogs?
What do you mean, what'd he do to the dogs?
Where are they at now?
You get out of the business. I guess you sell them all or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't trust no Vinnie Prime and no dogs he's got dogs all over his trunk and they getting the hair on the candy.
No, he don't do the dogs. I think he got one of them that he kept for his own self. But
what a nightmare. Listen, if you can't handle it, if you can't handle a life without Twix egg, then maybe just buy a few Twix eggs, put them in the freezer. Don't go to Blick's egg.
No.
Whatever you do.
No, you'll go through those Twix eggs. I've tried to do it. I stock up. Lord knows I do. But I tell you what, after about a week or two, you're going to go through them. You're just going to go through them, and then you won't go back and get some more, and they ain't there. So I'm going to have Blick's egg. That's a Vinnie Prime's Blick's egg.
That sounds like something poison.
You'll see he got one of those magnets on the side of his car. It says Blick's egg on it. Just wave him down. He'll pull over and get him out the trunk.
No, don't do it.
What?
If I were you, I'd try to find me a Twix egg.
What?
Vinnie Prime ain't the only person that had the idea to make a damn Twix egg year round. I did it too.
I mean, you did it too.
I mean, I'm just starting. I'm just in sort of research and development. But I made a logo on the computer. It says Twix egg. I just took a Twix logo. I found it, and then I printed it off. And then I got a black magic marker, and I wrote a U over the I. And then I made it into a sticker with some tape.
That ain't.
And I put it on my backpack.
Well.
And I'm going to fill that backpack up with Twix eggs.
What the hell's a Twix egg?
It's like Twix, but better.
Oh, hell, ain't nothing better than a Twix egg.
I melted down some Hershey's chocolate. And then I got some Twixes. And the first batch I hit with a hammer and wadded up some of that melted chocolate and stuck it in a freezer. And when it wasn't an oval and it didn't feel good in your mouth and it tasted weird because I think I got some hammer on the Twix, so like rusty old hammer.
Why the hell's anybody going to eat a Twix egg if that's what it is?
Year round.
No. If I'm going to eat something year round, I'm going to eat a Blick's egg. At least it ain't got a hammer in it.
Nobody even knows where Blick's eggs come from.
They come out of Vinnie Prime's trunk.
Then I melted down a Twix, and I wadded that up, just Twix, and I tried to shape it into an egg. That turned out a little bit better.
But that's what they do. You can't just get their thing and make an egg out of it.
I tried to make it like a real egg because I cracked an egg, and then I stuffed that Twix into the shell.
What?
And then I froze it, but I think that one might be salmonella-y because I'm not sure what you're supposed to do. And also, it was one of them with that weird bloody yolk when I opened it up that I think's a bad omen. But it didn't stop me. Another one, I just chewed up a Twix because I thought my saliva might serve as a
Why would anybody take anything that you talk about and put it in their damn mouth? You think people are idiots?
Yes.
Oh.
Listen, folks, when you get the I got a whole commercial written out here. When you get to jonesing for a Twix egg and you can't find none,
go get a Blick's egg.
No, don't get a Blick's egg. Let me write that in.
Don't write anything back. That's my sponsor. Don't write about
a fucking
watch your mouth.
Bullshit Blick's egg. Don't get a fucking bullshit
watch your mouth.
Blick's egg. Come over to my house. I've probably almost figured out how to make Twix eggs, and I'll sell them to you for $5 a pop.
Well, you ain't going to sell anything except what you talked about. Everything you talked about is trash.
Ask around. My saliva don't taste that bad. And that's the Twix egg promise.
It'll make me sick as a dog.
Blick's egg dog?
What?
I will say the one good thing about him is that he's got a mascot in that dog, even though the dog gets its hair and shit probably all over it.
It don't get any hair in it. Dog, you don't put dog in the trunk. You put the Blick's egg in the trunk.
What if the dog wants to cool
rides
off?
up. Roll the window down.
It jump right out. Always makes me nervous going down the road. Dog sticking their heads out, tongue flapping in the breeze. I'm like, that dog is going to jump right out.
They don't all jump out.
That dog going to wind up like damn horror movie I can never think of the name of.
What?
Where the little girl, the kid's stoned. Listen, I don't want a spoiler alert.
What the hell are you talking about?
He's driving through the desert. It's a real creepy movie. It's good.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it. I can never think of the name of it.
Is.
It really kills a lot of the humor of my jokes when you can't remember the name of the reference you're trying to do.
It's supposed to be funny?
I mean, the movie's not. It's scary. I might like to watch it again looking for unintentional laughs. That's Twix egg.
What is it?
Twix egg.
Twix.
And listen, I'm going to get a dog. So if you're just in the market, if you're hungry and looking for a dog, don't worry about it. I'll get one too.
All right, shut your mouth.
Twix egg dog. Better than that Blick's egg dog.
No. we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. Postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye. Well,
Jackie, let me ask you, if them Congress impeaching Trump,
yeah,
and we knew for a fact that it would lead to Trump's reelection,
right.
would you choose for them to impeach him?
No, if that's going to get him, how's that? If they impeach him, that's going to make him. You're going to say people will get mad at Democrats for trying to impeach him, and
I know people keep saying that. I'm just saying, like,
who's going to opinion is going to change on him if they try to impeach him? Whose opinion? Who is going to vote Democrat and determine that they're not going to because they're going to impeach the president? I don't know who that.
They just get tired. They say, "Oh, they keep coming after him." Oh, I'm so tired of these Democrats trying to, because every night that's what Trump will say to his people.
And they ain't sick of him?
I don't know. It doesn't make, listen, I'm playing a game. Listen to this game. The game is, if you impeach Trump and you get to call him a liar to his face and Congress gets to come out and say, get rid of this son of a, he's terrible.
Well,
but they do their constitutional duty, but we know ahead of time that it's going to get him elected again. Would you want them to? Because now people are just saying, "Oh, I don't know." But like, let's just say, I'm just a fun game. Like
if this was definitely going to get him back in the White House, there's no question. It ain't a hypothesis. It ain't trying to figure out whether it would or not. You're saying if they try to impeach him, that is definitely going to get him reelected. Is that what you say? Is that how we play the game?
So what decision?
Well, then hell, don't do it. What part of the game do you do that makes sure he doesn't serve another term? What's that part of the game? If it ain't impeaching it, what is it?
I don't know what that game is.
Oh, somebody better sure as hell figure that quick.
Somebody call Milton Bradley because they are behind.